good. As we wind down 2011, many cotton growers will remember this year as a challenging one. That was certainly the case in Mississippi. One of the problems in 2011 will be continuing in 2012, herbicide-resistant weeds. In this report provided by Mississippi State Extension, Leighton Spann talks with the weed warriors in his state about other yield-robbing weeds.
For those producers that have not dealt with it before, it's a true game changer once it gets on your farm.
Glyphosate-resistant Palmer amaranth is the #1 weed problem for cotton farmers in the Mid-South.
Once you have a population in a field that is resistant, that population is going to spread rapidly.
Although the cotton harvest is over, the problem with amaranth and other weeds being glyphosate resistant is going to continue. Extension specialists say it's time for producers to plan their 2012 strategy to deal with the issue.
The growers are going to be forced to look at alternative herbicides, back to some of the old herbicides that we used years ago, and they're going to be forced, I think, to incorporate some alternative weed control methods, maybe cultivation, tillage practices to bury some of these weed seed, maybe even, and I don't know, we may even see hand labor back in the field, pulling weeds and chopping weeds out of cotton.
These methods may seem like a step backward in the age of cotton harvesters with onboard module builders, but the weed problem is real and growing. Glyphosate-resistant Palmer amaranth is confirmed in all of the Mississippi Delta counties now, in several counties in the hills, and even some along the Gulf Coast. Other problem weeds for cotton producers that will be back in 2012 include horseweed, giant ragweed, Johnson grass, and another with herbicide resistance, Italian ryegrass. The problem with the ryegrass for cotton is the weed's tendency to form large clumps.
And those large clumps can make stand establishment difficult, and when you're talking about $100 to $120 an acre to put a cotton seed in the ground, you don't want any more than you have to inhibiting you getting that crop up to a stand.
As 2012 begins, the reality is clear for producers of cotton and other row crops. Weed control is getting more complicated than it has been due to herbicide resistance. From Mississippi State University, I'm Leighton Spann reporting.
Thanks, Leighton. Mississippi farmers harvested about 600,000 acres of cotton this year, a 43% increase from 2010.